Constance Bair-Thompson. I'm from Uxbridge, Massachusetts, and Pete Buttigieg will have my vote in the Democratic primary in 2020. I support Pete because of the way that he talks about faith, drew me to him initially. I find Pete to be very honest, and he places a great premium on truth-telling, as do I. I find him to be authentic in the sense that he is the same person, whether he's in front of a camera or behind the camera. I also find him very good at explaining things that are complex in simple to understand ways that make sense. I have found, researching his tenure as mayor of South Bend, that he has governed in a way that I find to be a true servant leader. And I have found that this is somewhat unusual in a politician. And I feel that his ability in the foreign policy area is particularly strong. Having a veteran as president who has been deployed to war, I think would make that person less likely to commit troops unnecessarily. Besides his experience as a counterintelligence officer in the military, I think the fact that he has lived overseas and worked overseas will give him a perspective on world affairs that would be very useful in the president's job. He's also been the president of the Institute of Politics at Harvard, where he's had a chance to, at that time, to meet world leaders. Since he's begun to roll out his detailed policy proposals in June, I have found each policy to be deeply researched and very interconnected with his other policies. And I also feel that a overarching theme that I just love from his campaign that I haven't really heard other people talk about is this idea of belonging, and that we have a crisis of belonging in this country. So I support Pete Buttigieg for president. I would say of all Pete Buttigieg's policy proposals that I've seen, the one about mental health and addiction seems to speak to me the most. This is because I am a still licensed but not practicing social worker. I have experience with mental health challenges in my family, and also have a close friend who lost her daughter to opioids, and this was someone very close to our family who babysat my daughter for a long time. And so that's the policy. It also hits very hard at his theme of belonging in this country, and how the crisis of belonging can lead to deaths of despair. And he seeks to cut those in half, I think. So that's my favorite policy of his. My name is Constance Bair-Thompson, and I support Pete Buttigieg in the 2020 presidential campaign.